Hello, this is Chef Anna. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are return, thank you for your continued support. I always appreciate you. But be kind to please subscribe, click like, and the little bell so that way you will get notification on my upcoming videos. I'm so happy to see you today, and I hope you're doing well. Today I'm doing something very simple, though you may not be familiar with, but I want to get you familiarized with this traditional Asian cooking, especially today. It may not be to your liking, but I hope that you enjoy watching and then learn and appreciate the cultural differences and how food prepared and I appreciate that always. Please come in so that we can start cooking together. Let's make this delicious dish. It's known as larb. The first thing to do is to learn a little bit about the different herbs we'll be using today. Let's go. Familiar with and shopping. Just go with cilantro. Nothing go wrong with cilantro. Cilantro is always best practice for Cambodian or Thai cooking, okay? And just chop it up to serviceable sizes, okay? And then I also have kaffir leaves. And if you cannot find a kaffir leaf, you know what? You'll be good also, right? But traditionally, that's what we use. And then the jalapenos. And then, of course, the scallions, okay? Or if you don't have scallions, just go with the red or yellow onions. You're fine, okay? I mean, it's fine, believe me, it'll work, okay? And then the kaffir leaves. You can't find kaffir leaves, you'll find also, okay? But if you do have it, fresh or frozen, you just mince it up, okay? And then jalapenos, you mince it up also. If you have Thai chilies, do Thai chilies. And then I also have the rest of the ingredients here. Let me show you down here. Okay. So then here I have palm sugars, ground roasted pepper, ground roasted rice, grinded, and then chicken bouillon, fermented fish sauce. So there are two different kinds of fish sauce. There is clear fish sauce, and then there was a thickening fish sauce, which is more fermented. I boiled the fermented fish sauce. All right, now you see that we have completed our ingredients for today. The only things that probably is a little strange in my cooking today is that I am using the ruminant cow stomach. Yes, you heard it right. They clean it nicely here, so nothing to be disgusting about it. It's nice and clean. Well, let's discuss about the ruminants. Since I am including the cooking today, a lot of people will say, oh, Nirvana, I'm good, and go ahead, I don't eat this kind of stuff. Okay, let's understand a little bit about the ruminants. Alright, before you turn away from my cooking show, may I please just go ahead and share some information that I've been searching on Google search. So these are some of the facts that I have found on a Google search and overview, saying that the ruminants are hoofed animals with a 4 chambers stomach that allow them to digest grass or other vegetation without fully chewing it. So in other words, it's a hay stock saving in the cow's stomach. So the overview went on and says that they are herbivores that can metabolize and digest cellulose or plant fibers, fermenting to create a volatile fatty acid and microbial proteins they can then digest. Ooh, it gets complicated. All right, let's say. So here list some of the herbivores animals such as cattle, sheep, goats, buffalo, deer, elephant, giraffe. Any animals that eat grass will have this sort of system. I have discovered also that the cow ruminants are very tough fibers, very strong fibers. Therefore, so it would take about 3 hours to cook it down to where it gets so tender to be able to consume it safely. And then I know that it's completely cooked and clean. There's no questions about but and if. And because it will take a while to cook down the ruminants by boiling it, so I went ahead and get other things prepared, such as cooking my beef in the iron cast and just seared it. The best flavor is to pan sear it on a high heat content and to do about 10 or 15 minutes on each side of the beef. Or if you prefer it well done, then you will require a lot more time until it's well done. You can check it by poking into the meat. Or you just simply want something medium rare or even rare. This is an optional for this dish. Do you know what the most fun part in my cooking or the Asian cooking are? The part where we're doing a lot of chopping, dicing, mincing, piercing, slicing, and all that cutting. It just overwhelms sometimes, but there's no machine to do this work for us, so we still have to go by manual work, which is good for your hand muscles and also good for your brain. But of course, there are vegetable choppers. But you know what? I love cooking, so chopping and extra work, it doesn't really bother me. I just got used to it. And you probably noticed that also the Asian cookings or Asian cuisines involving chopping, dicing the meat beforehand. We don't typically sit down with a pound of steak or whole chicken breast or a whole lobster tails. We generally chop it up and mix with vegetables in form of stir fries and fried rice and fried vegetables and fried tofu, what have you. So and that's why the Asian peoples are the most reserved people as far as animal flesh consuming, because we don't consume a lot of meat individually. We would share that with the family, and of course it can be very healthy and economical if you on a tight budget. If you practice Asian cuisine or eating or cooking Asian food on a regular basis, it'll cut down your grocery bills, believe me, because it is. I'm still mincing away the ruminants and the beef as I need to get it done. I have about a pound and a half of ruminants meat, and then the beef also. I'm feeding about 10 to 12 people today, and that's reasons I have a lot of meats in the cooking today. All right, after the little bit of work with the dicing, mincing the meat and the vegetables, and we about ready to go in and combine all the ingredients into the meat. Let's go and check out this ingredients that I have prepared here on the table for you, so that way you get familiar with and shopping for it. Okay, some of this stuff, for example, like this ingredients here, the first ingredients are the some of the if you cannot find anything at all, some of this herb, just go with cilantro. Nothing go wrong with cilantro. Cilantro is always best practice for Cambodian or Thai cooking. Okay, and just chop it up to serviceable sizes. Okay, and then I also have kaffir leaves, and if you cannot find the kaffir leaf, you know what, you'll be good also, right? But traditionally that's what we use, and then the jalapenos, and then also the red onions. If you don't have, I meant to say that if you don't have the shallots, you can use red onions or any kind of onions. In fact, we already have onions in this cooking. You can just leave it out and you'll be just fine. The next cue is to comprise our ingredients. I started with the fermented fish sauce, the chicken bouillons, the lemons, the fish sauce, a little bit of chili powders, and then the tamarind sauce, and then squeeze the lemons, and then the tamarind powders, Now, if you don't have any of the stuff that I mentioned, the tamarind sauce or tamarind powders, please just stick with the lemons or limes. You will be just fine also. Yes, just like in other cookings, it just need that massage therapy. It just need the hand squeeze to get the flavor combined in all sort of herbs and spices. You don't do that, then it's not going to turn out too well. The beef going to be just bland, and continues to blend them together. Once you got the onions blend in really well with the meat, you can smell the aromas of this food. I know that the fish sauce and the fermented fish sauce is a little pungent, but once you combine it with the other ingredients such as the cilantros, the onions, and the tamarinds and the lemon juice, it helps neutralize the pungent smell, and it's become rather pleasant and irresistible smell. And if you are going to try this recipe and you're not good about eating all the chilies and the hot and spicy stuff, you can leave the chili powder, you can leave the jalapeno out, and you'll be good. You don't have to add all the spices, especially something that you can do without. But this dish here is a challenge food, so it does require a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of chili. Well, in Thailand, it's not a little bit, it's still live. They consume peppers like they consume coffee. I just want to let you know that cooking Asian food take a lot of practice, just like my learning how to cook Mexican food, El Salvadorian food, just like I learned how to cook Vietnamese, Chinese, and Lao food, and of course Italian food also, or Mexican food, same way. So for that, if we practice it and put into good use, learn to appreciate the people, learn to appreciate the food, the cultures, and try it out. There's no such thing as bad food. I see people who still searching for scrubs and eat insects, and it's quite welcome. I mean, whatever is good for your cultures, I welcome you to do that. I'm open with people food. I'm not one of those people that will criticize you and if that how you prefer to eat it, raw or uncooked, is fine with me. It's hey, let's sample my beef larb. After all that hard work, let me give you this big bite. Here you go. Very tasty. Now I prefer a lot of vegetables for my side dishes, but because the vegetables are not readily or available during this season, so I'm just stick with the basic, probably just Roman salad or a head of lettuce or anything that you can grab, that, or even green mustard, celeries, cucumbers, green beans, eggplants, or any type of vegetables that you commonly use for your raw dishes, you'll be good. Well, this plate here is decorative for my thumbnails, for my cooking shows, and once I'm done all my beautiful photograph, it'll go to my mom's, who's mostly would enjoy this a lot. She loves the beautiful decorative food as well as I do, so I will give it up to her because she's been waiting for a while now. My grandsons and the grandkids, they love it. I served them already. Now it's my mom's turn, and hope that she will enjoy it also. And you know, our cooking had come to an end, but it's not the last. Hopefully that you will come back. And I appreciate you tuning in all the ways. Hope that you will enjoy this cooking show. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscriptions. Give me a share. Give me that wonderful support that you do so that I will continue to bring you this beautiful content and that you one day will get familiar with Asian food. Happy holiday wherever you're at. Until I see you again. So long.